Hey there, I'm Mike Dunn with Gaming Trend, and we're here at GAMA Expo 2023. And Dave from Stonemaier Games has come over to our booth to show us one of the first media looks at Expeditions, the sequel to Scythe. I cannot stress how excited I am about this. This is one of my most anticipated games of the year. I'm a huge fan of Scythe. It's in my top 10 of all time. And I take it away.
Awesome. Thanks for having us, Mike. All right. So this is Expeditions. It's the latest game from Jamey, Stegmaier, artist Jakub, Rozalski, our sequel to Scythe. A meteor has crashed in the northern reaches of Siberia. The first expedition to go check it out has not returned. Only rumors that an ancient evil has been awakened. So we are playing as heroes from the war, privately funding our own expeditions to go explore north and hopefully return with fame and glory and wealth. Just like in Scythe, money is victory points. All right. So I think we're just going to step into some turns. This is the setup of a new game. We got 2 players. And I'll just pause and explain what's going on as we take some turns. So we randomly select a first player. Let's go over here with Anna.
Yeah, let's take a look at Anna. So Anna is in this game you play characters instead of factions.
Mm-hmm.
And so Anna, I believe, is one of the characters from Scythe.
Yes.
And because I recognize her bear, what
I can't pronounce the word.
Watch Tech. The bear. Anyway, so yeah, she's. I guess Anna's gonna go first. All right. So
Yeah.
what do we do?
Yeah. So Anna in this game is playing as Odin's Wrath. These are not tied to characters either. So it's pick a character and their companion, pick a mech, pick a color, slap it on.
Oh, okay. So you're not even tied to a certain mech.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yes. From here, first turn, we always start with our action cube over on this refresh. We're going to slide over to this box. In later turns, we'll be covering up some of these actions, and we take the exposed actions. But right now, all 3 of these actions are exposed, so we're going to take move, play, and gather. Move, I can move to an unoccupied location 1 to 3 spaces away. So I'm thinking, what options do we got? Interface up quest. Let's do it. I'm going to go 1, because I want a red worker for the future. So I move 1 space. We can take these actions in any order I want. So I'm going to gather. Gather means take the benefit on these tiles. This one is gain a green worker or / gain a red worker. Let's gain a red worker and put that worker over here.
Now, what's the difference between the different colors of workers?
Thematically, let's see if I remember. Engineers, merchants, explorers, soldiers, and there's some purple ones that are up there. They're possessed.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Maybe we'll see some of that. So I've taken move, I did gather, and now I get to play. So on the left side of our mech mat is our hand. These are the available cards we have to play. Let's play on it. When we play a card, we set it to the right of our board in our active row. This is the tableau we're going to. When we play a card, we gain the core benefit, which is in the top left-hand corner. We get a power. 1 power, we track over here. All of our beginning starter cards, and there's some more hidden in the deck, have some conditional effects, where if I had placed a star, I would also get another power. 2 stars. But for now, we get 1 power. And we may add a worker to the card to activate their ability. So let's play our red worker we just got. Gain a face-up quest or solve. We don't have any quests to solve yet, but we can gain a face-up quest. Let's take chart a course north. I like to think of these as suits. I've got quests, parts, items, and then meteors, which are hiding in the deck. Maybe I should have seen it well. When we gain a card, it goes straight to our active row. It doesn't activate, it just sits in our active row. We'll have to pick that up for later. But we did move, gather, and play. That's our first turn. Let's go over to Gunter and Note.
So real quick, So you took the quest from here. That's what I was going to ask. Does it get
Immediately refresh.
And you don't have to be adjacent to where that quest is. It's just where they go.
Yeah, so that was my nice ability from Anna. Gain a face-up quest.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about face-up
So
items.
otherwise, you would have to be.
And these are here. Yep, there's some. There's a card that says adjacent. Adjacency will matter, but like this ability is just gain a face-up card.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take a turn with Gunter. We slide our action cube. We get move, play, gather. How about pick up some cards? Some cards because we got some. We can't do the same benefit. Only one mech per location. So blocking sure comes into effect. But let's find some cards. We can go 1, 2, up to 3 spaces. This benefit means draw 2 cards and gain 1 of them. Let's get an item. Let's take a look and do that later.
So this is Mitzvah. Let's see what this one is too. So these are the 2 cards that you drew. One is locate the meteor epicenter, but that's the one you decided to discard. And then Mitzvah, which is an item.
Correct. So we gain this. It goes to our right. We don't get to activate it. That's fine. And then we also get to play a card because we moved and gathered. And let's play Knocked. Knocked the companion goes over here. We're going to gain a power. And Knock's ability says gain the core value of any other card you control or vanquish. We're not looking at vanquish yet. But let's take that first option. Any card you control is any card in my hand or in my active room. So even though we took Mince Valve and we didn't get that core benefit, we're going to get it right now with Nox ability. So we can gain a Guile. Okay. We're going to use Power and Guile to defeat Corruption, which we'll see on this next turn when we reveal another location. Okay. So that's Gunter. Let's go back to Anna. We want to move north. We don't need to play the bear yet. Move and gather. Let's go straight up. We're going to go 1, 2.
Covered play.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Here's what I'm looking at. We block one of these 3 actions, and then we take the available actions. The exposed actions. On my next turn, I'm going to have to move this cube and cover up a different action. I can't leave it where it is. And I can do that for as many turns as I want until maybe I run out of cards, whatever. I want to pick up my cards again. We'll take a refresh action, which we'll show.
So it's almost like the inverse of Scythe, where you can't take the same action again. It's you can't block the same action on a successive turn. Okay, that's very interesting.
Familiar threads to Scythe. Our goal board is also like very familiar, placing stars. That's going to trigger the end of the game as well. As soon as someone places their 4th star, 4 stars in this week, everyone, including that player, will get 1 more turn. Not a dead stop, it's over. But we're going to move and gather. We want these map tokens. You might recognize these from Scythe. These are map tokens. As soon as you reach an unrevealed location, your mech stops. Okay. So this is ours, and we like that because our mech ability can use it. So,
okay.
And then we flip over the tile we've reached. All right. We found the warehouse. When we reveal a new location,
beautiful artwork.
Do you want to grab that bag? It's got some corruption tokens in it.
Yeah.
And one at a time, you're going to pull out the corruption token, and it's going to cover up this benefit.
Okay. So I'm going to pull one out here.
It's a 4. So we are looking for 5 or more. So let's pull 1 more token, and we're going to stack it right on top of it.
Oh,
great.
Now, is it better that I went way over, or?
Not necessarily. Okay. Yeah, it's just, it's going to take 5 power to take out that corruption token.
How many times can you draw from the bag to attack?
We're gonna keep drawing until it reaches 5 or more.
Oh, okay. All right.
In the northern tiles, we'll see some more powerful corruption that takes 8 or higher, and it's just the number of tokens we have to defeat down until we're revealing a new benefit that we can take.
Okay.
And while I'm looking at it, this is the meld. find one of those meteors. So this is what the meteor card looks like. Meteor cards. Up here. Lets us know it's a meteor. And these are what we can meld onto our mech. So while I'm talking about it, outside of collecting these cards and building up our hand, building up a tableau that we can play over and over again, we can also make our mech bigger and better by melding meteorites, get tucked under our mat here. Quests, when we complete quests, will get tucked on the top, and then our item cards will get tucked on the side. Familiar side threads. The more quests we complete, the more hearts we have, the more money every star we place is worth. That'll be familiar. Items will give us usually an ongoing benefit when it's tucked under our mat we get for the rest of the game. And then lots of meteors will give us money. Okay. Like per yellow card you have, or something.
Yeah, and I see the arrows go pointing up and pointing down to indicate where you would tuck them.
And we'll tuck with benefits like that. But it's exposed right now. We're coming back. Reused move and gather. Here is an adjacency you're talking about. This one is gain an adjacent facing. So we are adjacent to these three. Our mechs can only ever be on these tiles. We'll never be stepping onto the cards. And we've got a red worker. Maybe we'll take this item just because we've got a red worker that maybe we can activate that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So this does line up in our row. Some cards do care about the previous card in your active row.
Okay.
We know where we're next.
Yeah, so the purpose here.
Well,
Carriage return.
Replace this. We took our move. We took our gather. We're done.
Okay.
Let's
Now,
go back.
let me real quick. So what do these right here signify?
Those tokens are the corruption that has defiled the land. Okay. And all this spooky stuff too.
All right.
And we're using power and guile to defeat these. Find these in the bag. We happen to pull 2 orange tiles, but we'll also see turquoise tiles are going to be.
So the colors match up
Yep.
with this.
So use power to defeat orange tiles. Use guile to defeat turquoise.
Okay, so if I had 5 guile, I could spend it to remove this corruption.
By using the vanquish action,
By using
which,
the vanquish-
for the sake of example, all of our companions have an ability or vanquish. So we can talk about vanquish.
Okay.
So if we were to play the band, we get the core benefit per usual. Let's go down. And then if we've got a yellow worker, let's say we do,
Okay.
we can place that worker on our card to vanquish. If this vanquish removes the location's final corruption, you may gain the revealed benefit. Which we're not going to do today. But we can spend our 5 power to collect this token.
So you're collecting the corruption.
Corruption.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, every corruption tile I have is worth $2.
Now, is this spent?
That is
So
spent.
this would
we'll
then go
drop that
down to 0. Okay.
And then say we had more though, if we were up here at 9, if we still had 4 left, we can keep going down in the single vanquish action to remove this as well. And that's when we'd get a nice benefit using our companion of, we'd also get to meld if we did that. But that's something you can plan ahead for if we had a meteor ready to go.
Okay.
But that's what vanquish is.
Excellent.
It's okay. What else can we do?
Let's see what Gunter over here wants to do.
Let's find. That's okay. Let's move in.
How the artwork.
Let's reveal more.
So-
Yeah, we want to see more artwork. So as soon as we move to an unrevealed location, our mech has to stop. Let's flip over this thing. Ooh, the crater written. And we've got some new. Here's our crater reveal. Oh, you know what? I picked wrong. We should have picked the quest because it's location 8.
Oh.
So while I'm looking at quests that we can't accomplish, because I sent it to the sweet pile, when you want to solve a quest, similar to the Vanquish, solve can be found on all of our characters, have an ability or solve. Solving a quest looks like go to this location. It's always going to be present. There's 20 tiles. We use all 20 every game. Spend 2 guile, and then the red arrow says gain a thing.
So it looks like there's gain a coin and gain something else.
Yes. Ooh, and it's the same symbol we see right here.
Yeah.
Which is gain a single exposed benefit on an adjacent tile.
Oh, very cool.
So, oh yeah, when
Looks
if
like-
someone's
looks like
blocking you, I really need that yellow worker. But there's a mech here. I can go here and take the adjacent. And this has just happened to be next to both of the workers. That's actually really convenient. But that's what solving a quest looks like, and then you tuck it up here.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. There's also some new symbols we just uncovered.
Yes.
Ooh, first, there's corruption we need to pull out of the bag. You want to pull some?
Oh, yeah. Let's pull some corruption out.
Yeah. This icon that we're covering up is upgrade, which is related to items, and that's how we tuck items under the side. However.
3. And then 4. Apparently, I like to color match.
Good stuff. So we took move in place, so we can't take these benefits on the tile yet, but the little broom is sweep. Sweep means I like to think of these cards as like a card river in a deck builder.
Okay.
So we can sweep any number of these cards and replace them with new ones if we were taking action. This symbol is refresh. Very similar, similar to that one here. The only difference, this is a good time to talk about refresh. We've got a bunch of cards over here that I want to show refresh for. So if we don't have any cards to play on our turn, we would say, I'm going to refresh them. Our workers become available, come back to our mech, and all of these cards in our active row come back to our hand in any order. And they are available and ready to play again next turn. That's our whole turn, but on our next turn, we just slide our cube here, like turn number 1, and now I get to take one big explosive action with explosive turn with all 3 turns. I find it very satisfying to plan ahead for that big turn.
Nice. And I just realized that the mech matches the player board.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I didn't realize that. But that's super cool. Especially this Viking longship mech. That's
Odin's Wrath. They've all got their
Okay,
names, too.
yeah, the name right there.
Yeah.
And this one is Tatanka.
Yes, this is the big chonky.
Yes.
Each mech has their own asymmetrical ability. So I wanted to grab some map tokens for Odin's Wrath, because this one lets us spend map tokens as a guile, as a power, or at the end of the game, maybe I waited $1, which is victory points. So
okay.
that's great. And Tatanka, I was talking about tucking cards, making our mechs bigger and badder. We all have a maximum of 4. I can only have 4 items stacked up, tucked under my mat at a time. But Tatanka, the big chonky one, there it is.
Oh, there's arrows on this side too. Okay, so you can expand it out in all directions.
Tatanka can upgrade up to 5 items, meld up to 5 meteorites, and do up to 5 quests.
Odin's Wrath can do all those things at 4. Awesome.
Okay. So we'll let Gunther finish Gunther's turn. We moved, and we get to play a card. So we'll play Gunther. Gunther comes over here to our active row. We get a guile, anywhere on the bottom. And then gain a green worker or solve. Solve is what we can do to solve quests.
Okay.
This is the action we're looking for. Vanquish, take out tokens. Solve is what we use to complete quests. But we can gain a green worker.
Gotcha.
And it comes to our mech mat we've recruited and explored in our expedition. And we're good to go. Over here. It's just move, play, move, gather, play, gather. You can sit, you can block people. In the games I've played, we definitely like to block some folks.
Now, you just gained this worker. Is the only time you can place a worker on a card when you play that card?
When I play that card.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. Let's see. Let's pretend we played around with our game state, but it's okay. Let's reveal some more actions and some more.
We're talking mechanics.
Okay. Let's flip over to time. Let's say Anna's traveling over here. Close to the moon. There we go.
Man.
The weird forest. And here's where we see, there's our purple workers. We got another meld. The melds happen to be next to each other. I mentioned we'll use all, I pulled the same color too. We'll use all location tiles in every game, except they are shuffled in their regions. So you can see on base camp, this is the layout of the game for every game. But these 6 southern tiles are random and shuffled, and our 7 central tiles are shuffled, and our 7 north tiles. When we find a quest card that has a location we don't see, 18, find a secret passage. We know that 18's in the north, but we're going to have to go find it. And in the meantime, before solving it, we can still play this down into our tableau to gain the core benefit, to trash a map, to move to any revealed location. New abilities, new ways to use these as well. Excellent. Do you want to reveal some more tiles?
Yeah, let's do that.
I want to find. Let's find. I know we're up at the edge of the board. We've seen these. We've seen these. There's some abilities we have.
Oh, let's talk about the purple one.
Oh yeah. Thematically, the purple worker is
I would have
possessed.
I would have, if I was gathering, I would get a purple worker. And so, what does the purple? What does the purple worker do?
The purple worker is just relevant for purple cards, and that's also a keyword. You'll find certain cards will refer to green cards or yellow cards. That means a yellow worker card or a purple card, because these take purple workers to activate these abilities.
Now, are the purple abilities a little beefier, or do they are they kind of a benefit, but it comes at a cost kind of situation?
Not that I've seen, but we need to explore north to collect those workers. That's the big difference.
You can't really you can't progress without purple workers.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. I want to upgrade some items.
Okay, let's do it.
For example, let's say we took these out.
Okay.
These were removed. I should talk over here. Oh yeah, we got them this way. Let's say Tatanka said play and gather. So we don't have to move. We can play and gather. We don't have any cards to play. That's silly. Let's move and gather. I changed my mind. You're allowed to do that. It's just very inefficient and silly.
Right.
So I can take these actions in any order I want. So I can gather first. We've got a slash here, so I'll choose to upgrade. When I upgrade, I take any item card I control, meaning in my hand or in my active room.
Okay.
And I'm going to tuck it under my board. Why this is so great is because if it's in my active row and I happen to have the right worker, when I played this, if I had a blue worker to come over here, first, I gain guile. There's an immediate benefit. And now, whenever you have 10 guile, you may decrease your guile to 3 and gain $3 victory points. Cool. I get a whenever ability. While this card has a worker in my active row, I have an ongoing ability. But if I upgrade this card, we're saying that this is covered forever now. And for the rest of the game, I have this ongoing ability.
Oh.
And I can stack those up with multiple ongoing abilities.
Okay.
And another bonus is, now that this card is upgraded, it is worth $2 in the corner, which is one more way to make victory points.
Got it. Okay. So it's like, it's basically, you're baking in that ability.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And now that I'm talking about tucking those, I want to tuck some meters too, so we can show you. First, I want to flip this over, because I'm going to act like I finished the turn. And we'll take a look at that right too.
Nice. Wow.
So we see, as we go northward, the benefits get bigger and better. There's lots of like single symbols down here. But as we go up, we'll get better options. And the northern tiles, like the slash is gone and it'll just be stacked good stuff. So you get some, whatever. For the sake of example, let's say we're taking this meld action and we've got, find a fungi here, we can train it. Okay. I don't control any items because I just melded it. This one, the Bravestone, I can play it to my tableau per usual and get core benefits. This condition says if I already have one melded meteorite, I also get one more die.
Nice.
And we'll see the same conditions in ability text down here. But if I'm taking the meld action, so in my hand or my active row, no matter where it comes from. I tuck it under my mat here. And now, right now, when I meld, I gain $1 per 4 value corruption. I happen to have 1 4 value corruption tile, and I get $1. A victory point.
Now,
the best
are these
part-
are these only victory points, or
They are only victories.
so you aren't actually purchasing anything?
Yeah, we won't be exchanging them for anything. And there's tiles up in the north that are straight up get
Just
$1, get
lots of-
$2
yeah, got it.
wealth. But our meteors that I like so much. Later on, when I meld another meteorite, I get to trigger this, gain $1 per item I control, and every other meteorite I have melded. So you can build a really nice engine of
Yeah,
big bad
a
turns,
little bit of
especially
engine
with Tatanka over here, who can have 5 instead of 4.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So engine building included in it. That's fantastic.
Did I mention all of our goals?
So you did mention that these are the goals, and that we have 4 stars to place on them, but you did not go through. So
Cool,
let's
great,
take a
because
look.
there's a tile I want to find to let us do that as well. But this is solve 4 quests, which is 4 tucked cards here,
Right.
4 melded meteorites, 4 upgraded items. The 20 is also what I want to find. We'll use this one too. Okay. In order to place any of these stars, unlike Scythe, I don't simply get a star
As soon as
on the board as soon as it happens. I must take a gather action and receive this space before I can place a star. So you need to get one of these in order to get your star on the board, so it's worth points.
So that almost turns it into like a area control.
Yeah, and we've definitely found trying to block each other as we're playing to be like, I don't want you to end the game. I need a couple more turns. So here is location 20 is always going to have the 20 value corruption tile, which is
wow.
So as soon as we reveal Tarkovsky's lair, it always gets the 20 on top, which means we're going to have 10 power and 10 guile to take this token. And this token alone is worth one of these.
Yes.
So only one player is going to take this one out.
And then you
What
could
they do.
potentially immediately take the star after you remove that.
If you do it with your companion and trigger that combo.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's those.
Okay, so as soon as someone places 4 stars,
Right.
it triggers the end game,
Yeah.
and then everybody gets one more turn.
One more turn for everybody, including the person that placed their 4th glory star.
Okay.
And then whoever has the most money wins.
Yep. I know this has the popularity.
Yep. Another familiar thread.
Yeah.
And this is tied to how many quests have you completed. So
Okay.
if you don't do any, you still get $5 per every star you
Got
place.
it. So it's
But
not
you
a
can get up to
multiplier.
10.
It's not a multiplier this time. It's just a strict like this gets you this.
So if I had 3 quests solved, every star I've got on the board is going to be worth.
Oh, okay. So there is a
There's the
multiplier.
multiplier.
It's just a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it definitely adds up if you're going for quests. Definitely
Awesome.
try and get some stars down as well.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. Holy cow.
I think that's the gist. I think we've seen a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So I know this is up for pre-order on the website,
Yes.
and we'll put that link in the video for anybody
Stonemaier
who hasn't pre-ordered yet. I am not one of those people. and it's I believe it's coming out Gen Con, right?
Yep.
That's the plan.
Yes, it will be available for sale at Gen Con, and we're aiming for a retail release Q3, probably shortly after.
What's I know there's 2 versions of the game.
This is the standard edition,
standard,
and the recommended retail price is $85.
Okay.
And the Ironclad edition is same gameplay, same components, except for metal mechs with silicone bases instead of plastic. And the box has some foil lettering that says Ironclad edition. That goes for $115.
Okay. All right. Guess which one I ordered. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Dave. This looks great. Can't wait to get a chance to play it myself. My mind is racing. Thanks again so much for coming by our booth.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it.